Word. Good morning, y'all. I just recorded some video and I don't know, it timed out on me. Maybe I touched something. Maybe I touched something. I don't know. Anyway, hi. Hi. Hello. How are y'all? This is Erica from the Americas here, talking with some dreams for y'all. I've got the camera facing first. You know what I'm saying. Because I could not tell if it was recording me or not. So, got my tea, my parsley tea. I was just singing some Lavender Haze. I just wanna stay in that lavender haze. And love you, Taylor. Actually, I'd like to talk about that because the song's in my head. But last night was actually a dream with a little bit of Taylor in it, and I love that. I love that. So I'm gonna jump right into it. So in my dream, I was in my old neighborhood in Shenley Drive. I'm not gonna say a lot of it. There's some beginning parts there, but as I'm recalling, I'm in my old neighborhood of when I was a kid in my dream. In my dream, this is me walking in my old neighborhood where I lived as a kid. There we go. And, we lived on a certain part of the street, like a little bit more south, I guess. And then we moved even a little bit more north, like a block and a half, to a little bit of a nicer part of the neighborhood, which is funny. Is this like surrounding areas were called like South Shore, and they were like right on the bayfront. So it was like really nice, like $1 million houses and stuff. So I always would walk around this place when I was young. And it was just like nice to be in these really nice areas and like trees and really big yards, like half-acre yards, acre yards. Maybe not that big, but they were big, for me at least as a kid. So in my dream, I'm towards the more south. It's funny, not South Shore, but towards the more southern, going a little bit towards the more busy road. So the houses are getting a little smaller. And in my dream, that's the first house I lived in as a grade schooler, I guess, when we moved to that neighborhood. And so I'm walking, I'm walking like up the curb, and like I would walk this way to go to like elementary school, middle school, and just like to get to my friend's house and stuff. So I've got like something going on with my eye. Last week it was this eye, and now I've got like an eyelash. So I'm walking up this curb, and like I've been so silly, right? Like Mercury just hit. I mean, I like told you guys a little bit about like I was born on a Mercury day, Gemini rising, and my Mercury is in Taurus. Right now, it's kind of like some transits touching me, but Mercury just progressed into Sagittarius right now. So I'm feeling just so silly. And in my dream, I just was feeling so silly. It's this time of year where like the little insights are hitting, like Sagittarius Archer, like pew, and just wherever these little arrows are landing, I just find it hilarious. It's just so funny, and like little things just touch me, and it's just the silliest. And so I'm like giggling in my dream, and I don't quite remember what my insight was, but it was hilarious. I'm like walking up the curb and like balancing, like doing that, like oh god, like catwalk it, da 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 da, and balancing on this thin curb, and I kind of slip off. And in my dream, I'm just like, oh, like that's a metaphor. Like slipping, or I can't recall exactly what the metaphor was, but it's so potent in my dream that it just sparked me with this little archer arrow. And I just start laughing. Just like, oh, of course. Like, oh, duh. Like, this is so familiar that I would have felt this way about slipping off the curb. Like, ha ha. I wish everyone could hear this insight. Like, this is Twitter worthy. So good. And I'm like laughing to myself. And as soon as I like walk up to like a little bit past where my house was, and this is kind of like where the stopping point was, and as my childhood self, like my mom would be like, yeah, you can like ride your bike and whatever, but like don't go past like the big tree. So I'm like walking towards this like big tree, and it's like this is when insight's hitting. And then I notice, oh my gosh, I notice an ex-friend of mine, lover, ex-friend, you know what I'm saying, who I went to school with, and high school. And it's funny because he actually went to the same school as my brother, my younger brother, when they were in grade school and middle school. But then in high school, we were in the same school, and we actually did not like each other. Like I was in the same art class as him, and I just had like I despised him. Like I was just so angry with him for like existing. Like his art was beautiful. He had these like really nice pencil drawings, like line drawings he would do. He would do like really fun characters, and he was like friends with a lot of my friends. A lot of girls will really crush on him hard, and the rebellion in me, I just did not like him. He just rubbed me all the wrong ways. And he was like, I'm so charming. And I was like, whatever, blah, gross. Like, you stink, blah, stinky, stink. So I was just so angry with him. And then, in real life, we actually ended up becoming friends later on after, after like I moved away and, went to college and like moved away from home and then came back to my hometown. We actually became really close friends for one summer. This is why I'm dreaming of some Taylor, because it's one of those, like, it's a really short romance, but actually it was really impactful to me at that point in my time of life. We're like not friends now or anything, but like no bad vibes, like we just made our peace with it. Like, it is what it is, I'm like in a new family now. Like, I don't worry about that at all. So hope you're well. And sorry I talked bad about you. I called you stinky. Sorry. Love you. Anyway, no, don't really think that. You're stinky. Sorry. My eye. Oh, annoying. Anyway, this is just me off the cuff, So my dream, he's there, and guess who he's talking to? Oh my God. He's sitting there over on this like house, which is like right past where I was allowed to go, right past my little insight of like, ha, life is so funny. The metaphor is hilarious. Ha, ha, ha. I love it. It's great. And I'm in the energy of being like so silly. And I see him sitting there and he's talking to Taylor. And they're sitting there together. And I'm instantly like, oh my gosh, like I love you, Taylor. Why is he here? Like, why are you talking to Taylor? Like, no, that's my friend Taylor. And like, you're the third party. Like, you're the third wheel. Sorry, bro. Like, it's not about you. So I kind of go over and I'm like, oh, hey, like, and this is so funny. This is like how I was in high school, like side-eyeing everyone. Like, I was always like kind of an outsider because I can't say because, but like I was always, I don't know, I would rebel against things. Just, I'm an Aquarius, right? Like, I'm an Aquarius sun and Gemini rising. Like, I don't know. Maybe you guys get it. Maybe get it. But like, okay, for instance, here's another thing. He and like his friend group loved the Beatles. Like, oh my God, we're like from 1960s. Like, we're so cool. We love the Beatles. They're the best band ever. And I just hated it. I hated it. Like, I refused to listen to anything Beatles. And I was like, they're trash. They're trash. They're stupid. They're overrated. Like, it's just a bunch of white boys in a band. Like, trash. And I just rebelled. Like, I just hated it. And another thing, like, Friends. They loved Friends. I just hated it. Whatever. I'm a black lady. Like, okay, I'm a mixed race woman. That stuff wasn't for me. It was just white culture. White people. White tees. Sorry, everyone. I'm like so amped up. But in high school, I was just anti-hero here. It must be exhausting. Anyway, I was so over everything in like the popular culture in my high school. I just rebelled, rejected. I went to like, it was called Academy. It was called Collegiate Academy. So it was like, you had to like test in to like get in there. And like, it was like supposed to be like the academic crew, like the people who are going to go to Yale one day, like the people who are like destined for Harvard, like the people who are like going to Princeton, like we were supposed to be like groomed, so I was just like, I didn't like high school. I didn't fit in with nobody like that. It wasn't me. Like, it made me feel like I wasn't good enough. And so I just said, fuck all y'all, like, I'll be the outcast. Fine. I'm the freaks and geeks, whatever. You guys are just boring. Your culture's boring. It's stupid. This is awful. This is trash. I was just like so anti. Just so in my dream I just had all that like rebellion and anger and like angst, like just no, cancel. So it's like obviously still a little harboring that energy from high school. And so I was like really annoyed because I'm like, I'm Taylor's friend. She doesn't know it yet, but like, that's my friend that you're talking to over there. And she needs to know, sorry, my battery is going low already. I talk too much. She needs to know that like she's talking to the wrong guy. You're a freaking you're a rat. Like, I don't even want to say snake because I'm the year of the snake. So, like, that's my thing. But, like, I'm the snake and you're the rat and I'm going to eat you. You're trash. No, you're trash rat. No, sorry. I'm, like, so, like, evil. Like, you could tell I was really angry. So I was like so annoyed and like go over there and it's like radiating out of my pores and just like, ugh. And I'm like trying to be friendly because I'm trying to tell Taylor I'm your friend. But like trying to like out of my face to him. And he kind of like gets the message, but like, I don't know, he liked me. I don't know, he liked me. Like he did, like I'm not like self aggrandizing. I think that's the term I'm looking for. I'm not like trying to like be like cocky, but like I don't know. He liked my energy, even if it was like annoyed at him. He liked me, and I was like, cool. Like you can stay, but like I'm not here for you. Like I don't even know why you're talking to my friend. Like that's my friend. You don't belong here. So I was like talking to Taylor and I was like really trying to tell her my insight and I couldn't remember it. And I was like, no, really, Taylor, it's really funny. Like it's so funny. Like if I could just remember, like you would love it though. It's great. You love it, Taylor. It's so funny what I just heard that I can't remember. And so I'm like trying to tell her this, like, and then I like fell off the curb, Taylor, and she's laughing, like she's humoring me, right? Like, and she probably feels a little sad for me. She probably does. But I'm like, no, Taylor, like we're friends, like we're friends. And she's like, yeah, of course, which I'm positive she does for everyone because she's great. Like, you're great, Taylor. But in my dream, she's like, yeah. And so like, I'm like hugging her and I'm like, we really are friends. Like, I really am a special person. Like, you should get to know me. Like, I'm great. And so I'm like telling her all this stuff and I'm trying to like hype myself up. Like, I'm trying to be my own hype man. And I'm like trying to, like, no, like, yeah, like I do this fun stuff all the time where I like walk around my neighborhood and like think of fun things in my brain. Aren't I great? And she's like, yeah, you're great. Like, I love you. Whatever. I don't know you. Like, you're great. Yeah, you are great. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, telling our friends. Like, this is great. We're going to walk around the neighborhood because this is what I did in high school. Like, my neighborhood really did, like, we didn't have, like, cafe. Like, I don't know. I live in a kind of small city town. So you could go downtown or go to the mall. There's stuff. There's not a lot of stuff in my neighborhood. It's just residential. It's like, let's go look at the nice mansions and walk around and like talk about our lives. And like, that's just what we did, like maybe sometimes we go mall rat, but like, it was just like, I liked being in that neighborhood. It was nice. There's nice trees. There's this one like vacant lot down on South Shore and it had like, kind of a steep, it was like just an old house that got demolished or something. So it was like the foundation of the house. And like, it was really cool. It was kind of like we were archaeologists. Like we would go and just hang out in this like ruins kind of, but it was on this nice plot of land in this nice neighborhood. And then there's like a downhill slope to the bay. And sometimes seasonally it wasn't like really safe to go down there because it's like, there's really no path. We just would traipse down. But, but my friends and I, we call this, and my mom and her friends, we call this patch Turkey Town. There's a lot of like wild turkeys and deer and stuff. And they would pick this kind of cool little empty plot to live in. Or, I mean, they just did whatever. It was like, that's their land. We moved here. But they would be there a lot. And so we called that Turkey Town. And so we'd be like, we're going to walk down to Turkey Town. And then my other next door neighbor best friend, she kind of like deemed the little area down there Shadow Crest Shore. So that was our name. We'd be like, let's go down and see if we can go to Shadow Crest Shore and like sit down there. And like, I wasn't really a smoker in high school. I was kind of like a nerd. Like, I really like anime. I just would read books all day, like just fantasy books, anything. I just read all day. I really didn't like, I was that kind of outcast because I really didn't like fit into a bunch of groups. The after school club I went to was anime club. Like I didn't, which props in my school for having an anime club. And then we would watch like a lot of like yaoi and youre, like me and my friends inside the anime club. So it was like not really school appropriate. Like, I'm like, oh, this boys is kissing boys in this yaoi. Like, oh my God, fangirl. Like, they're so cute. And like, it was not school appropriate. I mean, my part of it. But like we would just have fun, and we were like the nerdy kids, you know. There's a lot of like maybe future programmers or like, you know, we were just kind of chilling in our own group. So like I love y'all. The anime club, love y'all. But like I don't know, I didn't like have a big, maybe I did, I don't know. Like I talked to people, but I didn't do a lot of things in high school. So I was kind of like just the outcast. I would just like walk around a lot, ride my bike. We had like a frontier park area, so I'd like ride my bike there. I really didn't smoke. Like some of my friends would smoke. I smoke now. It's like I moved to Colorado. I definitely was a smoker. You know, I smoke occasionally now. I'm a mom, so it's not like a stoner. I can't ever. I gotta be the babe. You know, like focus here, mom. But you know, like my dad and brother, they grow marijuana, so it's like just my family, you know. It's like we use it medicinally now, you know, but like in high school I had some friends who were like really big into like getting stoned all the time, and I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't, again, I like rebelled against a lot of things. I was like, you guys don't have to be stoned for everything. Like so like I didn't like do a bunch of things, you know, but I would like have my own fun. So my dream, I'm trying to, anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. But in my dream, I'm trying to like tell all this to Taylor. Like, I really am cool, Taylor. Like we can be friends. Like I don't like do a lot of stuff. Like I walk around this neighborhood and I talk to my friends and like you're my friends. Like that's a walk around and talk. And we just do that. It's cool. It's great. So we were like walking around and I don't know, it was really neat because like obviously I'm a big Taylor fan, which this just happened this year. It was so cool. Like you know what it is, like I really admire her craft. Like as a singer-songwriter, I admire her performance, I admire her creativity, I admire her craft. Like it's just I'm learning so much from watching her as she's released her newest album. And it's so encouraging to me as like a beginning singer-songwriter because I haven't released my EP. Like I haven't put any singles out. It's all very personal and I have not taken like center stage. So watching her as she's done this album and how she's beautiful, masterfully done. You know, she's just genius craft. Love it. And let's not say that's my only artist that I love, but this is who I'm looking at right now. Looking at you. You're looking at you, kid. Anyway, I'm so goofy. It's that Sagittarius. I mean, Mercury and Sagittarius. Um, and we're creeping a Sagittarius season. Is it this week? Next week? I don't know. Because there's like the new moon in Sagittarius on Tuesday. I think that's right. So yeah, it's like that season. This is when I'm silly. And I don't know, it's just so fun to have a friend. Oh my God. And like somebody who gets it. You know? Somebody who gets it. She gets it more than I do because I'm not where she is right now. Like I don't have to explain it. She gets it. Like, oh, having friends around you who know what's up. Or like what do they say? Like that thing. It's like having people who speak the same language so you don't have to, not language, but speak your language so you don't have to spend a lifetime like decoding your soul and like translating. That's so it felt so good. And then even that lover boy side eye. It was nice to see him. I'll be honest. Like he's friendly, you know, but just sorry. Like I hope you're well. Like I know you and your family's, you know, your partnership, your new family is good. So blessings to you, friend. But yeah, so that was my dream. My other dream was really fucking angry. And it was just other people from high school in there. Holy shit. I don't know, something's going on. As I get big, I'm dreaming of the past. You know, it's weird. But yeah, I took in my other dream so my mom remarried when I was at this old house, you know, and that I was just telling you about in my old neighborhood. I don't like it. I just, you know, like that's supposed to be like my stepdad, but like, I don't trust him. I don't like him. You know, that's how most people feel about that relationship. Maybe not most, but a lot of people, because it's like, you're not my dad. You really don't. you're trying to like influence my life, and you do because you're like in the house. Like, no, that's not me. And so like, I don't know, he's scary. Like, he's not scary, but like he's scary of things. And it's just, oh, like, no, get grown. Stop. Like, don't be a chicken. Anyway, in my dream, I took a pillowcase and I beat his ass with a bunch of fucking bricks. No, not real bricks, but I had a fucking thing of blocks. I was so fucking mad at him. Sorry, trigger warning. Like, did I tell y'all trigger warning? This is not a nice dream. Maybe you should go back to the first dream where I was talking to Taylor Swift. This was awesome. Maybe don't go any further if you're going to be triggered, because this is me like unleashing some real hurt and some pain, and I'm about to tell it. Let's let the video see if it's going to let me tell it. So I don't know. It was like a setting, like it was like a movie. Honestly, it was like a movie set. He was like, it was supposed to be like not a family gathering, but like, I don't know. It was like something was. She's gonna eat this spinach. I really don't know what the setting was, but it was like a basement, and he was just like being a fat piece of shit. Oh no, my girl's coming. Let me pause that. Yeah. Hi, baby girl. Hey, Mom. Did you eat your eggs? Not yet. Okay. You gotta go to the bathroom? You do? Okay, can you go back to your room for like 4 minutes? Mommy's doing her video. I don't need you to hear this part right now. Baby, come here. Wanna visit? Going back and eat your breakfast, okay? I love you. Another note, oh my gosh, I'm wearing my nightgown still, so forgive me. I put on a vest and like some lipstick and a hat, and a necklace. I'm kind of dressed. Anyway, I probably shouldn't say this shit too loud because she feeds on, she picks up on my energy field. Let me clear myself. Evil be gone. Anyway, I was so angry at him. He was just being like a fat piece of shit. And like, I'm sure there's times in my childhood I felt like that. And like, you can't do anything as a kid, right? And you're like, well, I live here. Where am I going to go? Outside to walk near South Shore because I don't like this household. And you fucking ruined my life with my mom. Really. So in my dream, he was like watching TV. It was like Thanksgiving or something, something where like, okay, now we're gonna like take a nap. Nobody else was in the room. It was just like me and him, and I was like exiting out of the room. And I like turned the light off or something. He had an attitude about it. I don't know what it was, but that's just like a movie scene. I don't know what it was. There's something he said about that. It was the last straw. So I took this bag. This is my scarf. Took this bag and I filled it up with some children's blocks. I just took this shit and just beat the fucking shit out of him. Just kept hitting him, hit him. I was so mad and it felt so good. And there was some wrath. It was unregulated wrath. It was beyond rage. It was beyond irate. It was uncontrollable fury. My heart is beating so fast right now. Clear the air. Yes. Anyway, I put a disclaimer on this before I post it. Shit, maybe I shouldn't post it. Maybe someday I'll post it. If you're in my family, probably don't watch this video. If you're sensitive, probably don't watch this video. I was so mad that I beat his ass. It's so funny. I beat his ass and I left the room. I beat his ass and I left the room. I just walked out. And I knew shit wasn't right. I knew it wasn't right. Because as soon as that starts happening, some people start showing up on my doorstep. It's like, oh, Miss Stewart, can you come out here, please? Also, shit, I'm not going to no juvie. I'm not going to no, nothing. I don't consent. So my dad remarried recently. I don't like her. I don't like her. Oh, bad vibes. She just be so sneaky. She be trying to sneak shit. She's not fucking clever. Oh man, this is a vile video. Y'all get to see me in my anger. It's shit. Man, if I really do be getting mad, I'll say stay away from me. Okay, I lived in Philly for a few years before I moved back home. I used to carry a golf club with me when I would walk out to parties at night. I would carry this golf club and I would flip it upside down. I'd be holding the putt. I'd be holding it like a cane. And I'd just be walking. I'd be walking and I would just hope somebody would say something to me. I was really vile. I would just hope somebody would say something to me because I really want to take that putter and just, I really want to just take that shit and just fucking and just smash somebody's shit. I'm not a very nice person.